Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Christina and today I have a foundation frenzy video. Today's foundation frenzy video is going to be on the Catrice Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. This is supposed to last up to 24 hours. It's supposed to be mattifying and have a second skin-like effect. So if you're interested in this foundation, these are very super in-depth videos, so grab a snack. Now before I jump into all of the information about this foundation, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button because I do upload every single day, Monday through Friday. Hit that bell notification because I do typically upload at random times lately, just because it takes me a while to finish some things. But otherwise, I do upload every single day, Monday through Friday, and I don't want you guys to miss out on these videos. So just jumping into the specs of this foundation. Now when I purchased this foundation, I ordered it off of Ulta.com, but you can also get it on Catrice's website as well. But I did order mine off of Ulta. I bought mine for $10.99, which isn't a bad price. You do get a little bit over a fluid ounce. You get 1.01 fluid ounces of product in this foundation, so that is the standard amount of foundation. And as far as packaging, it is a glass bottle, like a frosted glass bottle, and the applicator is a dropper. As for the shade range, you will see a lot of this in a lot of my application days, that the shade range is not very good. In total, the shade range has 18 shades, and the lightest shade is the one that I have, which is a 010 light beige. And I know, look at me, I'm not beige. It goes to 90 espresso beige, which is the darkest shade. I don't think that's probably as deep as it could go. Espresso beige doesn't give me the indication that it's very deep at all. So the shade range, not so good. I will now be inserting shade comparisons, so I will be showing this foundation in comparison to other ones I have in my collection. I try to use a lot of the foundations that I have in my collection that I've already made videos on, so I will be putting those in right now. Alright, and here are the shade comparisons. So this is the HD foundation by Catrice in the shade 010 light beige, which as you can see is one of the darker shades on my arm. Next to that is the Maybelline Superstay foundation in the color 110 Porcelain. Next to that is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation in the color 0.5 Breeze, which is the lightest shade in that line. Next to that is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation in the shade L1 Porcelain, which is the lightest shade. And then at the very end right here is the CYO Life Proof foundation in the color 101. Now that we've seen the shades and the comparisons to all of the other ones in my collection, as you can see, it's very hard to find a pale shade that actually matches me. It's a constant struggle because all of those shades look so different. But as far as the claims of the foundation, it claims to be lightweight with high coverage. It claims that it's going to have a natural look on the skin, so like a second skin look. And it claims that it's going to cover and mattify for 24 hours. If it does any of those things or not is gonna be up to you guys, because I'm gonna be showing you all of the days. Some of these days are sped through. Most of these days I talk through everything that I'm doing and how I'm feeling about it. I try to film most of this in natural light, so most of the colors should be true. And let's get into day one. Alright guys, so today is day number one with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It is supposed to last up to 24 hours. Mine is in the color 010 Light Beige. And for day one, you guys know I don't use a primer. I do have my SPF on, and that is it. And I'm using the CeraVe Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion. This is my daily facial SPF. I use it every day under all of my foundations. I don't really see it breaking down most of my foundations. I've never really had any issues with it, but I'm not going to not wear SPF. So that is the only thing on my face right now. So we're just gonna go straight in. For my foundation frenzy videos, I do one side with a sponge, one side with a brush. So I'll probably be using the Morphe sponge, and then I will probably be using, I don't know why my F80 isn't here, but I'll be using my Sigma F80 and then the Morphe sponge. So that is what we're going to do. I need to go find my F80 and wet this real quick. All right, so I have the sponge is now damp and I got my F80. I don't know why it was where it was, but all right. So I haven't done the intro yet. I usually film my intros last, so I don't know much about this foundation. I'm just gonna shake it real quick. It doesn't say how to put it on the bottle. It just says shake before use, so just gonna shake it. I think it has like a dropper. Yeah, it has dropper packaging. Usually not my favorite, but not gonna lie, that color looks a little dark. I'm gonna use my F80 first, so let's go. Let's see what happens. Actually, color's not bad. if it doesn't oxidize. It's borderline. Doesn't seem to have much of a scent. It just has like a slight foundation smell to it. And there's 2 little drops covered this whole side of my face pretty well. It's a good medium coverage. I'd say it evened me out, but it's not, I can still see my freckles and I can still see some of my like scarring, but not much. That's pretty good actually. Probably could have used just a little bit more on this side of my face because I didn't quite reach my forehead. The tiniest amount on my forehead. I mean, this is a matte foundation. I'm really not that into matte foundations, but I mean, compared the side with it, obviously, compared to the side without it. So, I mean, it definitely evened me out. And it's not really that matte. I mean, this could be my SPF making it more sheeny, but it's like a nice soft matte. It's not clinging to any dryness that I can see. Yeah, so far, not bad. It's like borderline too dark. I feel like it's oxidizing, because I feel like now I'm getting a line right there. It's not quite covering up this blemish that I'm getting. Yeah, I feel like it's oxidizing. Don't like that, but okay. So now I'm gonna move on to this side with my Morphe sponge. So I did 2 drops. Oh, well, that was a little bit more. So the sponge definitely shears it out. That's pretty much normal with most products. The sponge shears it out. So you can see a lot more going on this side of my face than on this side. I think finish wise they both look good, but I would probably use the brush. I love this F80 from Sigma. It's really, really good. So I would probably use the brush unless I'm just going for like minimal makeup. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't really feel it on my skin any. It's not clinging to any dry spots right now. I think overall it looks pretty good. I'd say a light to medium coverage. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side to see if we can build it up, because I would like, you know, even coverage on my face today. It seems like it's building up fine. It doesn't seem to be like overly clinging to itself or like pilling up or anything, so it seems like it's buildable. I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup and I will check in with you guys later. It is currently 10:54 in the morning. It's a little later in the day. I'm gonna try and wear this for 12 hours. I try to always wear it for at least 12 hours on the first day with no primer, just to see how it does as a baseline. So I will try to wear it for 12 hours. No guarantees that I don't fall asleep before that, because I'm old and I like to fall asleep early. But we will try. I should have started earlier. But I will see you guys probably around like 2 o'clock. I'll probably put in a clip of me right after I finish my makeup, but I won't talk to you guys again until probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So I will see you guys in just a second here. All right, guys, so I finished my makeup and I decided I would just check in now. It is 11:20, so I took my time. But everything went on top really well. No issues from what I saw. I only powdered my jawline mainly because I wanted to kind of blend it a little. I think it oxidized just a tiny, tiny bit, or it's just the color was a tiny, tiny bit off. But I think overall, I think it looks pretty good. I don't think there's any obvious, you know, discrepancies with the shade. I do film in natural light, so I mean, this is what it looks like everywhere, I guess. I have a ton of windows in this room, so this is all natural light. As far as what's on my face, I have my bronzer, which is the Lorac Tantalizer. It went on top fine. There was no like pulling or skipping or anything. It feels like, for the most part, it sets down to like a soft powdery finish. I did not powder again anything on my face except for my jawline, and like my forehead feels fine. Like it feels kind of smooth and like it's set down to a powder, so it feels really nice. I think overall it is a pretty matte finish for me. I threw on a lot more highlight than I usually do because here lately I've been wearing a lot of dewy foundation, so this is definitely matte, and it's more matte than what I typically wear. So I have the Artist Couture highlight and my ColourPop highlight on. I'll list the names down below in case you're interested. I'm wearing ColourPop eyeshadows only. That's all I'm wearing. And then this is one of the new ColourPop lip glosses, one of the So Juicy lip glosses that I just purchased. This was in my recently purchased video, and this is the color All Talk. It's really, really pretty. It's really minty and I like it. I do kind of hate the packaging, mainly because like my lips are really big. Like my lips are pretty big, and this like old school packaging is really hard to like get on my lips evenly. My lips aren't completely symmetric either. So like I have a really hard time with how big this is, like getting it in and like making sure it's all even. I think I did okay. I do like it. I think it feels really nice on the lips. I think the color is beautiful. I will probably be ordering more. But like I said, today is going to be the 12-hour wear test. It is currently 11:20. I will probably be seeing you guys in a couple hours. I'm gonna eat here in a little bit, and I think today I may actually try and work out with this on, just to, you know, let's just put it through the ringer for the first day. So I will probably be doing my workout later on. I don't normally work out in makeup, but I like to at least test these to see if it gets through sweat and stuff, and I don't typically sweat very much throughout the day, so I think that'd be a good way to test it. But yeah, I will just see you guys in a few hours. All right, guys, so it is check-in number 1 for day number 1, and I just got back. I went and washed my husband's car because it was filthy, and I'm the one driving it obviously right now because he's deployed. So I went and washed it because I hadn't washed it in a while. So I did get a lot of like water splatter in my face. I didn't go through one of like the drive-through ones. I went to like an actual carport and like washed it myself, because I just feel like those work better. Anyone else? But I actually think my skin is looking really nice right now. I do feel like there's a little bit of like dew coming through, so I feel like my skin looks a little bit more normal. There's definitely a lot of shininess right around this area of my face. I think that's been pretty normal for me. I think my highlight still looks good. You can still see my bronzer. I put on a like shimmery blush, so like all of that looks good. The only thing that I think is looking bad on me is my eyeshadow, but that's because my allergies are bad, not because of the foundation. So I think everything else is looking good so far. I'm gonna zoom you guys in now though, so you guys can see. So I feel like all of this still looks about the same it did this morning. I am getting a little bit of like settling around my nose, but I think it's just because it's so shiny right in this area, but it doesn't look like any of the water really like ran down my face or anything. It doesn't look like any of the water disturbed my foundation at all. I think my forehead still looks nice and smooth. It's not really settling in my fine lines very much. It has rubbed off of this blemish just a little bit, but I mean, still not too bad. You can still see the blush, my bronzer, the highlight still looks like it's there. Yeah, I think everything looks really good up close. And like I said, this is with natural daylight, so this is like the actual colors of everything. So like I said, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Did I say that? I may not have said that. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I will check in with you guys later on tonight. Now, probably later on tonight it will already be dark outside, so we may not have much light left, or it's gonna be later, like around like 6 or 7 tonight when I check in with you guys again. But right now I'm feeling pretty good about it. It's been on just for a few hours, but the fact that I washed the car and it still looks good makes me really happy, because that makes me feel like around like humidity and stuff it would be really nice. So far so good. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, so I just got done working out, which is why I look like this, but it is 8:30 at night, which is why there's a awkward light shining in my face. But I think you can see I'm pretty shiny at this point. I don't think this is sweat or anything. My workout was difficult, but I really don't sweat too much like on my face. I think probably the car wash was more of a struggle than my workout was as far as like moisture on my face. But like as you can see, this blemish is like completely in view. I feel like a lot of my like acne scarring is coming through. I'm shiny. I think a lot of my face products are kind of fading on top of this, but otherwise I really don't think the foundation is breaking down. I just think I'm having some overall fading and shininess, which this could be my SPF, but I'm not going to go without my SPF, so there's no way of knowing if it wouldn't do that, and I would always wear it anyways. But yeah, it's just it's fading a little bit, and we're how many hours in? Like 8 hours, 9 hours in. So as of right now, on its own with no primer, this is with no touch-ups and with minimal powder on as well. Camera, can you focus, please? I think with all of that in mind, it's doing okay. I mean, I was pretty like out there around moisture and like doing stuff today, so like I feel like I put this through the test with the car wash, with my workout, with wearing it. And I'm not gonna take it off yet. I'm about to go take a bath. So I will check in probably around like 10:30, 11 tonight, right before I go to bed, and we'll see how it's looking. That's about 12 hours. That will be 12 hours of wear, so we'll see. It's done okay. Not super impressed, but also not really that disappointed either. All right, day 1, it is 9:56. I just got out of the bath, took Wallace outside, and it doesn't look too bad, but it definitely wiped off completely on my forehead. I was sweating because the bath was hot. So I mean, this is again without primer, without powder, and for 11 hours, it's almost 12 hours, but I'm ready to wash my face and like get in bed because I'm an old woman. But I think this is pretty close. I'll see if I can wear it a little bit longer tomorrow. And hopefully with a powder and with a primer tomorrow, it should do a little bit better. So I'm excited. I will see you guys for day number 2. All right, hello friends. It's day number 2 with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation in the color, what color am I? Light beige. And today we are going to use it with a primer, and I'm going to set more powder on my face to see if it helps. I just looked up the ingredients for this foundation, and the first ingredient in the list is water, but it is followed second by dimethicone, which is silicone. So I'm going to try and use a water-based primer today, but I also have a silicone primer for tomorrow, so we'll see which one does better. They're so close on the ingredients list, it's hard to know how much of each is in. So today we're going to use a water-based primer, which is my Ulla Henriksen Banana Brightening Powder, which is my Banana Bright Face Primer. Ooh, I wanted to say powder again. It's 8:42 in the morning. You guys can't see that on my phone at all. It doesn't want to show my lock screen for some reason. Let me just drink this coffee. But I have a lot to do today. I need to film a get ready with me today, so you guys will be seeing the rest of my makeup in that video. I have some things I need to talk about with you guys. I have to go get the oil changed for my husband's car today, and I just generally need to do more YouTube stuff and get the week going, and I have other work I need to do. So today's gonna be a very busy Monday. Tomorrow is my aunt's birthday, so I'm trying to get ready for all of that. We're having Korean barbecue this weekend, so excited. You guys know how much I love some Korean barbecue. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. I have already put my SPF on. It already feels like it has sank in. Feels like I have a powder on my face almost. So I just hit myself in the face. So let's go in with the primer. Primer smells so good, you guys. It smells like orange. It smells kind of like orange creamsicles, which are like my favorite ice cream treat ever. I love a good orange creamsicle. So I actually think I liked applying this foundation with the brush better, just because it gave a little bit of better coverage. But I do have my sponge ready too, just to smooth over everything. I kind of like the combo. So let's go ahead and shake this guy up, and then I will zoom you guys in because we're just going to apply it with the brush all over. So I'll zoom you guys in and speed this up a little bit. I think it looks really nice on the skin. Like, it's not heavy, it doesn't emphasize any of my dryness. It's not full coverage because like this little guy is still peeking out a little bit, but I'm okay with that because I personally don't like full coverage. But if you are looking for full coverage, this definitely isn't it. I can still see my freckles coming through right here a little bit, which they're not too dark yet just because summer just started, but later on in the summer they'll definitely be noticeable. Yeah, I can see all of my freckles right in here still poking through. I can still see, you know, my blemish. I can still see some of my acne scarring. Now yesterday we did figure out you can build this up, so if I wanted more coverage I definitely could go in with it. It's still a little bit, the color definitely isn't right, so this shade range I don't think is very good for us pale princesses. I need to look again, and I'll probably say in the intro about the deep shades. I'm not sure how deep it goes, but this is definitely too dark. I may try mixing this with a lighter foundation later on once I get a feel for this formula, because it's definitely not the right shade. Like, it's too dark. I mean, I should have known the lightest shade is literally called light beige. Like, I've never been beige anything in my life. It is now 8:48. Can y'all see that? It's 8:48 in the morning, so hopefully all goes well today. Again, I have a lot to do, so I don't know when I'll be able to check in, but I will try to check in at least twice today. One in like the mid-afternoon, and then one before I wash my face. So hopefully everything looks good, and I will see you guys later. Alright guys, it is my first check-in for day number 2. It is currently 1:42 in the afternoon. I'm about to leave for my oil change. Me and Wallace went on a very long and hot walk, and I think I look, from this distance, I think I look pretty good, and I think up close I look decent. I just think I picked the wrong blush for today. I think my blush looks a little textured, but so I'm still looking pretty shiny around the same area, so I feel like for a matte foundation, this needs like a mattifying primer or something underneath it. So yeah, I'm definitely shiny in my T-zone. Actually, I'm kind of shiny all over, just everywhere. I'm not opposed to this look. I would like a little less shininess around my nostrils. Also, I'm noticing I am smudging today. My mascara is smudging under my eyes, which did not happen yesterday. Don't know what I did differently. I actually put powder under my eyes today, which I don't normally do. But I feel like I'm looking shinier today than I did yesterday. This could be because I went outside. It could be the primer. Could be a combination of the two. Because it's definitely a lot hotter today than it was yesterday. But I think as far as color and coverage, it still looks the same. It's just shiny. So I'm going to actually touch up right now. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics, what's it called? My IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Powder. I'm going to powder up the middle of my face and see what it looks like. Hopefully not crazy because I need to leave here in a second. So I'm going to take a really dense brush and this powder and I'm going to just put it around like this area of my face. Just like a little bit and see if that helps. And I'm only picking up powder once because I usually find that by like taking a brush and like smoothing over any shininess, since it's not really oil, it's typically from makeup products, it doesn't like smear or anything. I feel like that already looks better. And I don't really think it disturbed any of the product either. I think it still looks good. Maybe slightly cakey around my nose, but not bad. Like it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I still feel like it looks pretty good. Alright, so I am about to leave to go to my oil change appointment. I don't know how long it will take, so I may be back a little later than usual, but I should be doing one more check-in for today, and then I will see you guys for day 3. So far, so good. Not too many complaints. I'm not loving it, not hating it. I'm kind of, you know, in the middle. It's not bad, it's not great. Day 3, I used this as a primer. We're going to go in with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. So today is day 3. I used the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer Essence, and I'm very shiny again. It is 5:30 in the afternoon right now, and I think I put all of my makeup on around like 9:30 or 10. I was filming 3 videos this morning, so I'm kind of all over the place. I'm pretty sure it was around 9:30 or 10. So I mean, it's been on for, you know, 6-7 hours, going on 8. I can't count apparently. And it doesn't look that good right now. I am feeling very oily, but it's like it doesn't even feel oily. Now the foundation is rubbing off on my finger a little bit, but it doesn't even like feel oily. Like it doesn't feel like oil. Like oily skin. It feels like the foundation. Oh wow, it really came off on my chin. It feels like just foundation is getting oily. So I think this is a formula thing. I don't know if this has happened to anyone else. I don't remember anyone's reviews. I'm trying to go into this blind. I don't think it looks particularly awful. I haven't had time to touch up at all today, so I haven't powdered like I did yesterday. And I think that's why it looks like this, because I think, when did we touch up yesterday? We touched up after a few hours yesterday. Haven't had time at all today. I'm feeling really hectic right now. But this is starting to feel heavy on my skin. Now normally, like when I first put this foundation on, it doesn't feel heavy at all. Like it's really lightweight. But as the day has progressed, I'm ready to wash my face now, and it's only 5:30 and I still have so much stuff to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my face because I would rather get through my work and not be uncomfortable at this point. And we'll start again tomorrow. I don't own any mattifying primers, but I feel like even though this is a soft matte foundation, it needs a mattifying primer because something is going on my skin and it's driving me a little crazy. So yeah, that's gonna be it for day 3. I wore it for a while, not happy with it at the moment. It's just feeling very gross on my skin, which is disappointing because I think it looks pretty good at the beginning of the day. The shade is still definitely wrong. There's still definitely issues with this foundation, but overall it's okay. All right, so it is day number 4 wearing the, wearing the Catrice foundation. Today I wore it with the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer, which is a silicone based primer. And honestly, it is currently 4:13 in the afternoon. I put this on around like 9:30 this morning. It was relatively early. It was 8:30 or 9:30 this morning. So it's been on for a while. And I think you guys can tell looking at me, I'm not as oily today. I will say though, it was really weird. I am a little cakey around my nose. I'll zoom you guys in a second. And for the most part, it is separating in a few areas, but I'm not as oily at all. And I will say, when I first put the foundation on this morning, I'm going to be putting in those clips for you at some point, but you can see it on my skin. It doesn't look as smooth with this primer, but this primer did maintain oils. But overall, I don't think it is laying on my skin as nice as it has the other days, but I'm not as shiny. So now it's like, depending on like, what do you want more? Do you want to look less shiny, or do you want the texture to look better on your skin? I'm going to zoom you guys in right now though, so you can see what I'm talking about, because like on my forehead, it looks pretty bad. Around my nose, it's really cakey, and then my chin area is pretty textured looking. But everywhere, I mean, obviously I'm not as shiny today. Yesterday I got really shiny around this time, so let me zoom you in. So I think you guys can see it on my forehead. I'm not quite sure what that's from. It might be sweat. I went out earlier to get some groceries, and it's hot today. It's been hot all week, around like the 90s, 100 range, so it could be sweat. I don't remember sweating from my forehead, but I don't know what this texture is, unless it's from me doing this. Like, I push my hair back a lot. It's a bad habit, I know, so it could be from that. So it definitely, I don't like the way it looks on my forehead right there. It's definitely like rubbed off or become textured. The rest of my forehead looks okay. It's still covering the blemish in between my eyebrows. And then just going down, it's a little textured right here, which I noticed this morning. But I think you can see how cakey it is around my nose. Not my favorite. It looks really, really nasty. To me, my cheeks overall look pretty good. Around my jawline, I do have texture right here on both sides of my face. Like, I get a lot of dryness there, and it's not looking as nice there, in my opinion. I think you guys can see it. It's a little textured looking. And then I think the worst area is my chin. So let me try and come closer. I think you guys can see it. It's pretty textured, just all in my chin area. Yeah, and it's really textured right there where my dryness is. It just doesn't look as smooth on the skin, but it's not as oily. So, I mean, that's good. I'm getting just a little bit of production of oil around my nose. And, I mean, to me, it looks better now, like on my cheeks and stuff, than it did this morning. This morning, I looked really dry, in my opinion, and I felt really uncomfortable, which is why I didn't even finish doing the rest of my makeup, because I was over it, having a bad day again. That witch out there hexing me really needs to chill out. I'm going to continue to wear this. I don't know if I'll do another check-in tonight, because, I mean, if you're trying to find a foundation that wears all day without looking messed up, this clearly isn't it right now. It's only been, 6-7 hours, and it looks really textured and weird. So I'm going to try it with a different primer tomorrow, and then I think I'm going to try and mix it with a foundation to see if that helps. I mean, I'm not really out here trying to find a mixing foundation, but we'll see whatever can help, So I will see you guys tomorrow. So now that we've gotten through day 1 through day 3, we are now on day 4, which day 4, I wanted to throw all caution to the wind. I went in with a new primer, which was a Catrice primer, and it's the Catrice Prime and Fine Putty kind of primer. I've heard this one is very comparable to the Tarte, like, poreless putty. I used that primer. I really focused it around my nose area, because as you all saw in the first 3 days, that was the area that was giving me the most issues. And then I also, on day 4, mixed the Catrice foundation with the Maybelline Superstay to help with the shade range a little bit more. That did seem to help a lot, and it did also seem to help with the mattifying, because the Maybelline Superstay is also another matte foundation. It's a rather heavy foundation, and overall it just seemed to help with the longevity of the foundation overall. I did end up still getting kind of shiny towards the end of the day, so I don't think it completely helped, but this is with no touch-ups. I did no touch-ups on day number 4, and overall I felt okay about it. I wore it most of the day. I wore it as long as I would wear any foundation for over 8 hours, and it wore okay, but again, not ideal. I still got shiny. On day 5, which is today, I went in with the Catrice primer again, because I do really like that primer. I think it helped really smooth things out. Then I put the foundation on, and then on the high points of my face, I took the Maybelline Superstay, almost like I would a concealer, because I didn't use a concealer any of these days at all. Now, one of the major things that I noticed today on day 5 is I have a new blemish on my forehead, and you guys know I really don't break out on my forehead very often. I've been, on top of my skincare game, so the only thing I can think about this blemish is it's from the foundation, because at this point I've been wearing it for 5 days. So that would be probably when blemishes would start appearing, or it's the primer. I'm more inclined that it's the primer doing it, so I guess we'll see if I wake up tomorrow with another blemish, but I just wanted to let you guys know I do have a new blemish coming in on my forehead, so it could be the foundation, it could be something else, but just wanted to throw that out there. As far as how it's wearing today, I think it looks really good. It is still getting shiny, so I think it's just something with the formula that really makes it kind of shiny around my T-zone. I don't have an oily T-zone. For me, I'm like, it has to be the foundation, because this doesn't My face doesn't do this when I don't wear anything on my face, so it has to be the foundation. And that's all of the wear test that I had for this. So overall, if I have to rate this foundation on a scale of 1 to 10, like I do all of my foundations, I would put this probably around like a 7.5 to 8. Like, it's not bad. It doesn't wow me in any way, and the oiliness doesn't bother me too much because you can powder it, as we tested in one of the previous days. It just didn't wow me. I just don't think matte foundations are for me. As for the claims, I don't think it really matches the claims. I don't think this is a 24-hour wear foundation. Just, it's not. Point blank, it's not. So if you're looking for a foundation to last you that long, it's not going to. Also, I do think it is very skin-like. When it first goes on, it's super, super lightweight. Even as of right now that I'm wearing it, and it's been about 6-7 hours, it feels lightweight on my face. The only place that feels heavy is around my nose, but again, it's from all of that oil production. But otherwise, everything feels really nice. I do think it looks rather skin-like, but I mean, I gotta knock points for it's not 24-hour wear, and that shade range is awful. It really doesn't go very pale, and it really doesn't go very deep. It's very nicely sitting right in the median range. It's not pale enough even for me, and I know people lighter than I am, so I have to knock points for that. If it had a better shade range, I'd probably be a little bit happier, but not by much. Overall, price is good. It's not the worst foundation I've ever worn. It doesn't really break down in a horrible way. It just gets really shiny on me for some reason. And yeah, I give it a nice solid 7.5, 8 points out of 10. So not too bad. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a very, very long video. These are always very, very long. Down in the comments, if you've made it this far, let me know what foundations you would like to see in future Foundation Frenzy videos. I have a long list going of foundations you guys want to see, so I will have those up for you guys eventually. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and hopefully that means I see all of you guys in my next video. Bye!